And while men's Money in the Bank action racking up now, the Raw Money in the Bank ladder match, the final briefcase to be awarded tonight, and coming up first, the dirtiest of all the players, Dominic Mysterio, looks to put a upbeat stamp on the end of the Judgment Day's night. Of course, earlier we saw JD McDonough and Finn Balor win the Raw Tag Team Championships due to some questionable actions between Sol Ruka and Liv Morgan. Liv was unable to claim the women's briefcase for the Raw brand, but Dominic now steps up with a chance to solidify himself. Of course, Dominic Mysterio qualified against the legendary Dragon Lee in singles competition. And well, you can see tonight Mysterio coming in with a laser focused attitude. And well, that briefcase looming above the ring. And we could potentially end the night with the Judgment Day holding the tag titles and that World Championship, currently being reigned as the United Kingdom Championship under the likes of Drew McIntyre and Unity. And while Dom just taking his time, soaking in the moment. And I think the room just filled with a hell lot of hot air, because the man that is all ego, a man who could potentially take some of the blame for the big divide that came between Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, Ethan Page, as Ethan Page was able to defeat Andrade to qualify for this position. And when we talk about the dirty tricks that Dominic can pull out, Ethan Page ain't too different. This is a man who will duel, he will scratch, he will claw, he will kick low and jab an eye in your thumb to get himself ahead at any means necessary. Ah, well, the young OG, Javon Evans, a hell of a high flyer, was able to match pace with the legendary Rey Mysterio, the most iconic luchador of our time. Javon Evans could have a career-defining moment. If he can bag that Money in the Bank briefcase, the young OG could be looking at one of the youngest to hold the world title in the history of this whole company. And I mean, Javon loves to get creative, loves to fly high, and well, those ladders are going to really lean themselves into that purpose. And with the final man to come, because we all know who the greatest is, because he is him, Carmelo Hayes. And well, Hayes, not exactly unscathed. His win, his qualification, came under a little bit of controversy, because him and Austin Theory would go one-on-one. Austin Theory looked like he was closing in on a victory, and then Grayson Waller would make his presence known to cost Theory, as we saw that resolved earlier tonight. And well, a man who never misses. He is him, and he is second to no one. Could be Mr. Money in the Bank, as all four men line the corners of the ring. And while Dom instantly tried to get away from Javon. Javon going high already. Mello taking care of Ethan Page, and now Mello switches sights to a Well, Dom trying to capitalize on the situation. Javon had his back turned. Evans was not falling for the trick. And now Mysterio getting back to his feet. Well, Evans knows the game well, and Ethan Page taking over the ring. But Hayes and Javon getting into it now. As Dom just quietly lurks around the outside. And a clothesline onto that unforgiving steel. And Mysterio just taking control, swinging neck break onto that steel chair. Running drop kick attempted, and Javon dodges the chaos and now wielding that steel chair. And a little bit of insult to injury then on Carmelo, and Javon lifts the chair up. Well placed boot from Page. Left him vulnerable. Carmelo looking to dispatch Dom. Seeming to be a clear target in this matchup. Well, Mysterio is in the ring alone. Mello put down. Dom drops the chair, but not at the right time. Well, Page and Javon get into it. Oh, no. And Dominic just inches away, and now Ethan Page clearing the ring with a ruthless steel chair assault. And while Dominic's side headlock into that. Oh, and Carmelo just pulled the dirtiest trick on Dirty Dom, whipping out the low blow. And Evans solo in the ring. Mello is down. Dominic is down. Ethan Page lurking on the outside. And while Dominic rips Hayes off the ladder. And while a little stunner on the ropes. And Mysterio just standing back to watch the action. And Dominic rounding it off with a low blow of his own. And while Dominic's trying to inch the ladder into place, and well, Carmelo and Page came at Dom licking their lips. Mysterio just planted his neck into that upright chair. Get the examiners down here at ringside, because he might just have had a crushed windpipe. And while Javon and Mysterio going into an all-out brawl, but Page Dominic watching the war unfold outside the ring. And well, Javon again quick to remove the ladder from the equation. And look at this, Dominic, Javon and Evans just lighting up the corner. Spanish fly, Dominic is down. And now Paige and Carmelo just battle it out. And while Javon distracted, Dom has unhooked the case. Melo was taken out strategically. Ethan Page turned his attention, got into a brawl with Javon Evans on the outside. They got carried away, took their eye off the ball, and that opened the path for the dirtiest player to pull the dirtiest trick. He was able to unhook that briefcase, bring home the gold, and while Judgment Day could potentially be in for one hell of a summer, with them holding all of the power. And you can see that as Dom was attempting to grab the briefcase, the low blow from Ethan Page to Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes then delivering one to Dominic. And then Dominic bagging one of his own on Javon Evans. All four men taking. Now I'm going for that crucifix bomb onto the ladder from Page to Carmelo. And it was this moment as they started closing in, it was too late. Dominic gets to hold the briefcase high, and Mysterio could be a future world champion. And while the women's championship on the line now on the SmackDown side of things, Jade Cargill has a chance to upset the status quo. Goes his title lineaged from Backlash, when it was picked up by Tiffany Stratton when she was able to beat Bayley. Clash at Castle in a fatal four-way. It was picked up by Fallon Henley. And tonight Henley has to defend it against this woman right here. Because a storm has arrived in the form of Jade Cargill. And well, Jade extra fired up following the assault Fallon Henley pulled last night on SmackDown, and well, Cargill's fired up. Cargill is ready to prove a point. She is ready to show the dominance she can bring to that ring. Next to none can match the strength, the power, and the agility. And just look at the looming presence. And all I can say, if you're Fallon Henley, I'd clutch that women's championship further, because so far the curse of not being able to defend it successfully does not seem to be coming to an end, and well, the title firmly around her waist. Of course, so far since winning the belt, she was able to defeat Michin in what was quite a good display, but tonight it seems she has not come alone. She seems to be flanked by JC Jane. Could we be seeing Fatal Influence reforming here? But Henley's focus right now is just keeping that belt around her waist. I imagine that is why she has brought JC Jane back into the fold, to try and help secure that. And we now go down to Michael Rome, our ring announcer, and Rod Zapta, our dedicated referee for tonight's show. And the eruption from the Toronto crowd for Jade Cargill. But an equally positive reaction for the absolute upstart, the underdog clash. The smallest betting favourite, and now going into a second defence as the least favourite to win. And here we go, Cargill taking a good hard stare. One of these women walks away with that prize. But Thea Hale remember Thea Hale is in the wing. She's watching. She's calculating. I want to back. A gorgeous little switch there. And while Henley and Cargill cinching and deepen. Well, Fallon taking things to the ropes. Trying to deny Jade entry to the ring. And here we go now, the lock up for the second time, but the strength, the power of Jade Cargill, too much. As well, Cargill instantly backs it back into the corner, and well, a shortstop lariat. Sealing the deal. Powerbomb connects. Goes for a cover quickly. JC leaping up onto the apron. Well, Cargill able to duck the punch, maintaining wrist control. And look at this now. Cargill sending a nice little warning to JC Jane to maybe stay on the wings in this one. Stay to the side, and out of nowhere, a spear trying to... well, out of a moment of desperation, Jade Cargill spearing JC Jane, takes out both, and a pounce to Jane as well. But this, I would say, this couldn't have gone worse. She took her off the ball, give Fallon Henley an in, and really not gone the way it planned. And now Fallon to slow down the pace, ground Jade, and that is what she's going to need to do. She's going to need to keep Jade grounded, need to take out the power, attack the limbs. Whether you take away a leg or a foot, that is going to make a significant change to your opponent's ability to be able to keep the offense up. And Fallon Henley, and will drop from the heavens, and the shoulder is up a 1. Jade preventing the offense from going further. And what's the player? Suplex back between the ropes. I mean, JC Jane cheering on. good friend and ally. Back elbow in the corner. Fires off the ropes over Max Handle. And now it's Jade Cargill. Going to those ropes. Going for that middle rope. Leg drop attempted. And that is some pretty good calculation from Fallon. Saw the direction Jade was rolling. Made sure she's ready to meet her outside the ring. Oh well, here we go, Cargill and Henley engaging in a strike off of the outside. Could prove to be risky though. Of course, this goes to count out. Cargill breaking a ring count to try and regain the control over this matchup. I think we know what Cargill wants. The pump kick. Ah, well, Jane getting into an argument here with Jade Cargill. Oh no, 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 no. Oh well, whatever Henley just tried, it was not successful. Oh well, despite all the antics, JC Jane officially removed from this contest. And Cargill locks her up for the Jaded. Rolls her through. 1, 2, and I thought right there, right then in that moment, we had locked down a new women's champion, but JC Jane being gone from the fold was not enough. If she'd followed up that pump kick with a Jaded, we could be looking at a different result right now. Well, Storm is definitely coming from a frog splash, no one home. Onto the shoulders, counters with the elbows. Famous connects. Cargill could have just said goodbye and the shoulder up, a 1. Pump kick attempted. Drop kick from Fallon. And well, this matchup definitely taking a change. The high-paced action starting to favour neither of these women. Our flexes dead center of the ring. Pump kick connects. And well, we could be looking for it for the second And final time now. Looks jaded. Henley. Maybe suckering in Cargill there, the overconfidence. Believing that she had this on lock. Oh well. Maybe not locked enough. Because Jaded for the second time rolls her dead center of the square and the 3. New women's champion, I imagine. Cargill may not be swayed as easily as Fallon. Fallon put on one hell of a performance. Played a smart game. Cargill didn't just take on Fallon tonight though. She challenged both women. She challenged JCJ. She could have played it safe. Kept her hands away from Jade. Kept clear. But Jade decided to step immediately to Jane, immediately making it clear that she will not take it laying down. Hit the Jaded on JCJ, immediately followed up with one on Fallon, and this looked like it was over. And the kick out at 2.9. And Fallon Henley just whipping out the famous out of nowhere. It was not enough until Cargill hit the mark. Racked her up and put her down to seal the deal and become women's champion. Fallon Henley, a 3-week reign, but nonetheless, Cargill has just changed the name of the game. Thea Hale, watch out, because if you want to cash in, this is the woman you have to top.